Hello everyone, Brett here. Today we are going to talk about why you are having trouble playing fingerstyle guitar harmonics. And it might have to do with this, the capo. Our focus today is going to be playing harmonics as it pertains to when you're doing fingerstyle guitar melodies. So these are called artificial harmonics sometimes, when you play a harmonic only with one hand, or also when you play harmonics with both hands. So playing harmonics is kind of straightforward, and I have covered it in a previous video. But what you want to do is you want to calculate the node at the 12th fret or 12 frets up from the note that you are playing. And after that, you will be able to have a harmonic that sounds clean. There are two ways that you can get a guitar harmonic to sound. So right now we're at the 12th fret, and I'm going to go directly on top of this fret. And I'm going to touch the node with, say, one of my fingers very lightly. And the harmonic will sound. You just place your finger over top of it and sound. And then the other way, if you want to free up your left hand to do other things, is that you touch the node with one of your fingers of your plucking hand, and then you pluck with your thumb, or you pluck with your ring finger. So, like that, or like that. Obviously, this is very useful because I don't need two hands to do this. However, when you're going to be splitting up your attention into two different hands, now you have to watch different things, because if I'm fretting with this hand, and I'm also plucking the harmonic with this hand, I have to watch two different spots. If you're trying to play a harmonic and the note is totally dead, that probably means that you haven't touched the node at the right spot. So you need to calculate exactly. And if you have to, you should count the number of frets. So we're going to get into this a little bit further. But if this is your first time here, my name is Brett Vachon, and I help you play your fingerstyle guitar arrangements by your favorite artists, including K-pop star Sung Ha-jung, and others. So a lot of the problems that happen when you're not doing these straight octave harmonics or the harmonics at the 7th fret is that you introduce things such as fingers on your left hand that move the node out of the way. And then if you introduce fingers and also a capo, this also moves the node out of the way. If people are using capo in their guitar arrangements, that your harmonics are only going to be the harmonics that are at the 12th fret. Otherwise, it becomes a little bit complicated. You have to memorize not only where you're going to put your fingering for your left hand, but you also have to know exactly where you're going to be touching the node with your right hand. Sometimes you just have to not watch the left hand at all and only watch where your note is, because you have to be very, very, very precise with where your note is versus fingering with your fretting hand. You can afford to be a little bit less precise. What happens if I place a second finger here on the 2nd fret and I'm on the 3rd string? So now I have to calculate up. My node is going to be used to be at 12. I've put and stopped the string here. So I'm going to calculate up 2 more frets, and now my node is going to be at the 14th fret. And I have to be super precise with this. But what happens if, like, we were playing, say, River Flows in You, and we have a capo on the 2nd fret now, and I want to play this as a harmonic passage. I want to play C, and then I want to play A, which transposed up gives me D, and then gives me B. Okay, so now I have to calculate. I used to be able to, let's start with this note A. I used to be able to have my harmonic at the 14th fret, but now I've got my capo here, so my harmonic is now going to be up at the 16th fret. And now I have the harmonic note. If I go to the 14th fret where it used to be, it's not going to do anything at all. So now it's going to be here at the 16th fret. So I have to calculate not only what my capo is doing, but I also have to calculate where my fingers are. If you have to, count up from the capo. Like this is 12, and then this is 13, 14, 15, say. Count the number of frets from the capo to find where your note is. You can also use the harmonics that are at the 7th fret. The other tricky part happens when you're playing harmonics and you need to go from 12 to 7 to 12. Now you have to calculate 2 up from each of those frets. So your 12th fret harmonic, because I got my capo on the 2nd fret, becomes the 14th fret. The 7th harmonic, because I've got a capo on, becomes the 9th fret. So now let's take an example where we put the capo somewhere up here, like at the 7th fret, way up. I have to count up now 12 from this fret. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're all the way up here. So this is, in normal times, this would be my 19th fret. Okay, so what happens if I hold a C add 9 chord and I want to do, say, cascading harmonics across this chord? Or I want to do a slap harmonics and get this chord to sound. Alright, so I need to calculate where all of my nodes are. Now I said my 12th fret node, my octave harmonic, if you will, is going to be somewhere over here at the 19th fret. And I need to calculate up 3 more from that. So it's going to be, this is the open string harmonic, the octave harmonic, and I count 1, 2, 3 frets. So I don't actually have a fret here, but this is where that's going to be. So if I want to do, say, cascading harmonics on that, the advantage is that once I've got this finger here, I know this is only 1 fret over, so I just have to go 1 fret over, and I don't have to count up the same way as I did when I did it with this finger. So here I have 1, and then I can pluck 1 fret over, and then I can pluck, say, the next note. Now for this open string, I went 1 fret over, and now I want the open string harmonic note, which I said was here. So if I'm doing cascading harmonics, I have to track this. I have to track this 1 fret and then 2 frets. If you're doing slap harmonics, then the calculation that you've done is going to help, because you're going to know that your harmonics are going to be somewhere around here. So you're going to have to decide, are you going to slap here, here, or here? Wherever you slap is going to give you different harmonics. So it will give you a harmonic of this 3rd open string, and then this 6th string. This will give you the harmonic of the open string. This will give you the harmonic that stopped at the 2nd fretted note, and this will give you the harmonics that are stopped at this 3rd fret. So you can slap here, and it will give you these harmonics here, and it would only give you this 1 harmonic, or here at the 12th fret, which will give you the open string harmonics. And it seems to be that this one gives you the best effect. This seems to give the best effect here in terms of the harmonics that you get. The nicest effect seems to be where the octave harmonic is here. So it's one way that you could do is to search for harmonics that are at the 7th fret and also at the 12th fret and mix those so you don't have to figure out exactly where to put 2 fingers at the same time. The finger on the fretting hand and the finger that's going to touch the node. So if you want more help on how to do fingerstyle harmonics, I have a course on my website called Play Fingerstyle Guitar Now, where I have a whole section where I talk about guitar harmonics, and there's also a previous video that you can see on this channel that talks about guitar harmonics and a little bit more, I guess, behind the physics of it. So I will see you in one of those videos.